Today we will be discussing Section 2.2, Day 1, Simplifying Algebraic Expressions. Our objective today is to combine like terms and simplify algebraic expressions. Our new vocabulary is term and like terms. Let's define our vocabulary. A term is a number, a variable, or the product of a number and one or more variables. In our example down here at the bottom, the different terms are 3, 4y, negative x, and 7y. Like terms are terms that have exactly the same variable factors. So in this example down here, 4y and 7y are like terms because they both just have a y. So we're going to sort like terms and not like terms. Let's start with this one, 2x and negative 3xy. Well, the one on the left just has an x, and the one on the right has an x and a y. So those are not like terms. Let's look at 2x and negative 3x. Both of those just have an x, which means they are like terms. Let's look at negative 5x and 8. The one on the left has an x, the one on the right does not, so they are not like terms. We have 2xy and negative 3xy. Both have an x, both have a y. That makes them like terms. 2x and negative 3y. One has an x, one has a y. Those are not like terms. 2x squared and negative 3x squared. Both have an x squared, which makes them like terms. Negative 5 and 8 are actually like terms because neither of them have an x. And 2x squared and negative 3x. The left one has an x squared, the right one has an x, which makes them not like terms. So the number in front of a variable has a special name. If you can remember it, think of it now. If you couldn't remember, it is the coefficient. So if there is no number in front of a variable, we assume there's a number. It's hiding there, it's kind of invisible. So if it's just an a, it's actually a 1a. And if it's a negative a, then it's a negative 1a. So steps to identify parts of an expression. Step 1, rewrite the expression as a sum. We're going to change subtraction to adding the opposites. So if we were adding a positive, if we were subtracting a positive, we are now adding a negative. Step 2 is identify the parts of the expression. You'll list the parts and their signs, positive or negative. So let's start. Let's identify the terms, the like terms, the coefficients, and the constant terms of the expression. T will stand for terms. We have 3x, we have 2, and we have 5x. Like terms, things that have the same variable factors, those are going to be 3x and 5x because they both have an x. Coefficients are the numbers in front of the variables. I have a 3 in front of one of my x's and a 5 in front of the other. And constant terms are just the numbers without a variable attached. We've only got one, and it is 2. Let's look at negative 7b plus 3 plus b minus 10. First, we want to rewrite this as a sum. So we'll have negative 7b plus 3 plus b plus negative 10, because a minus becomes plus a negative. So let's start with our terms. Terms are easy. Negative 7b, 3b, and negative 10. Like terms have the same variables. So you guessed it, negative 7b and b are like terms. But also 3 and negative 10 are like terms as well because they don't have a variable at all. Coefficients, the numbers in front of the variables. Negative 7, and then we have just a b. Remember, when there's nothing in front of it, is a 1. And our constant terms, just the numbers, that is my 3 and my negative 10. Let's look at 5 plus 8w minus 6 minus w. Let's rewrite it as a sum. 5 plus 8w plus negative 6 plus negative w. So my terms are 5, 8w, negative 6, and negative w. My like terms, I can group together 5 and negative 6. I can also group together 8w and negative w. Coefficients, the numbers on my variables, I have an 8 and I have a negative 1. Remember, if there's no number, it's a 1, even if it's a negative. And my constant terms are that 5 and negative 6. Your assignment is the identifying parts of an expression practice worksheet.